everyone, and welcome to another Vlogmas video. Today's is another Christmassy themed video, and one that I'm kind of excited to film because it's a little ranty, and you guys know how much I love to rant. So yesterday on Instagram, I asked my followers to tell me their holiday pet peeves and that I would react to some of them, and so here we are. We're gonna react to some of my Instagram followers' holiday pet peeves. The first one I have here is from from Mustache Manatee, and he says, when people just have to tell everyone how much they hate Christmas music. Yes, I agree. You know what? If I'm listening to Christmas music, it's in my earbuds, you're not a part of it, and maybe I mentioned that I'm listening to Christmas music. I don't need you to sit there and rant to me about how I shouldn't be listening to Christmas music yet because it's October. I'm sorry, did I ask your opinion? No, I did not. Also, are these your earbuds? Is this your phone? No, I did not think so. So you just sit over there and you listen to your same crappy music. And I'll sit over here and listen to my lovely Christmas music that brings me a lot of happiness and joy, okay? The other thing that I find kind of funny is that people are okay with listening to the same crappy songs over and over and over again all year round. Like, you know, if you're going to, I used to work in a grocery store. We had it on the same station from January through November, and it played the same 20 songs. I still cannot listen to those 20 songs. They were just like crappy songs from a selection of decades. I hated them. But then Christmas would roll around and we'd have to listen to Christmas music for 30 days. I was fine with it, but then everybody would complain, and I'm like, but you've literally been listening to the same 20 songs for like 340 days out of this year, and what? It's like the same thing. Like, no, just let people enjoy their Christmas music. I have another follow here that says surprise Christmas gifts. I do understand that, because sometimes if somebody gives me a gift and I wasn't expecting it, I feel bad because I didn't get them anything. And I know that's not the nature of gift giving, that, you know, I'll give somebody a present. I don't expect anything back from them at all. But it's hard as the recipient to kind of combat that feeling, because you kind of feel like you should be getting them something. And then you're like, should I? If I don't get them something, am I considered rude? Like, what? I don't have time to go out and get something though. So there is kind of that like slightly stressful situation. So I can see how this would bug some people. I had a few people on here say Black Friday. I agree. I mean, if you want to go and do Black Friday, you do you, but that literally is my vision of hell. I don't even like grocery shopping that much on Saturdays because people are so rude and there's so many people, and I cannot imagine the level of Black Friday. Like, no. I do most of my shopping online for a reason. It's because people suck and I hate crowds. I have somebody else says when cable channels play A Christmas Story for 24 hours, because you know what? There are better Christmas movies. I do agree, actually. I like A Christmas Story, but it's not my favorite anymore. And do you really need to play the same movie for 24 hours? What if you like chose a couple and then like cycle through them? Like, you can mix it up a bit. I had several people on here kind of mention the general treatment of customers to retail staff, and I agree. Even as a grocery cashier, people were freaking rude during the holidays. Like, I recognize that you are stressed out and that you have things to do and you have places to go, but so does everybody else around you, and that doesn't give you the license to start treating people like shit, okay? So just be patient and be kind. You know, even just to your fellow customers, right? We all have shit we need to do and places we need to go. You're not the only one on this earth, so just try to be a little more considerate. Somebody on here said fruitcake, and not gonna lie, I like fruitcake. Though, to be fair, I only like the fruitcake my dad and I make, and I don't feel like it's as crappy as other people's. It's super moist and delicious, so it's not my pet peeve, but I wouldn't also want to receive somebody else's. You know, I feel like fruitcake's the kind of thing you need to make for yourself, and that's it. Somebody said people who think the 12 days of Christmas are the 12 days before Christmas and not the 12 days after. I never really thought about this that much, but you're right. People do think that the 12 days of Christmas refers to before, when it is in fact after, because it's Epiphany. You know, it's from the time, that's how long the wise men took to get to the baby Jesus. Somebody else says people who put bad gifts or re-gift for white elephant or gift exchanges. I have been to a couple of crappy white elephant gift exchanges where you can tell the person just grabbed some piece of shit that's like broken, basically, or otherwise trashed, and then wrapped it. And it's like, okay, could you at least like try to put a little bit of effort into it? And if you don't want to put any effort into it, then just don't RSVP to the event, because at least all of the ones that I have been a part of, it's totally optional and you can just hit decline and there's like literally no pressure. But I feel like sometimes people do it because they are excited to see what other people bring and get the gift, but maybe that's that's just me being cynical. I don't know. So like, I had several people who said basically the same type of thing, which is that people who get annoyed with you because you love Christmas or love the holidays. Yes. This happens to me all the time. I don't care if you don't like the holidays. I don't care if you don't celebrate Christmas or any holiday for that matter. But don't shit on people because they actually enjoy the season. It's almost like they expect because they don't enjoy it that nobody else should enjoy it either. And so there's this shaming of people who enjoy the holiday. And it's like, no, you do you. I'm not sitting over here shaming you because you don't like Christmas or any other holiday. Don't shame me because I like Christmas. Like, I'm not sitting here shoving Christmas down your throat. I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait. Or I'm just over here decorating my room, and then I'll talk about it somewhere about, oh yeah, I decorated my room. People are like, ugh, and they get all weird and like snarky about it. And I'm like, I don't care. It's not your room. It's not your life. So I get this a lot. It's something that has always bugged me. It's like this expectation that you have to hate something with everybody else. And if you don't, then you're somehow just a piece of shit. People, they suck. I also have one of my friends here who said, does Mariah Carey's old school Christmas music count as a pet peeve? And I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. Because to be honest, I don't really like Mariah Carey's music, and the only song I like by her at all, Christmas or otherwise, is All I Want for Christmas Is You. And that's primarily because of Love Actually. So yeah, I'm really picky with my Christmas music, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yes, people who get upset over stores closing early or not being open at all for Christmas. Like, okay, first of all, once upon a time, it was pretty standard for everything to be closed on holidays. And second, your poor planning is not my fault. I used to have this at the grocery store all the time where people would be upset because we were either closing early or closed on a holiday. Like, I'm sorry, I would also like to spend time with my family. My personal favorite was those who would come in on Thanksgiving and be upset because there was no fresh turkeys left. Like, okay, so you knew for months when Thanksgiving was coming, so maybe don't get mad at me, the cashier, because we are out of fresh turkeys, because I have no horse in that race. I have no influence over how and when we get fresh turkeys, so. Also just a general lack of respect for the employees. Like, of course they want to be home with their families too. It's not just you. Somebody also mentioned stores that start Christmas right after Halloween or before Halloween. I am actually okay with that because the Christmas season brings me a lot of like joy and happiness. So when I see decorations, I don't know, it just makes me really happy and I get excited and kind of amped up for it. And I'm also an early planner for Christmas, so I'll start shopping in September and planning in September. So I understand why it frustrates other people and I totally get it. But personally, it doesn't bother me. People shaming me for decorating before Thanksgiving for Christmas is another one that I had somebody submit, and I agree, I've had that happen to me before as well. Like, I'm sorry, to be perfectly frank, I don't like Thanksgiving that much. The dinner is nice, spending a day with my family is great, but to be fair, I don't care about the holiday at all. Thanksgiving could go away and I wouldn't be sad, so it's not on the top of my holiday list. So yes, I am going to decorate before Thanksgiving. And quite a few people did variations on just the general people during the holidays, like traffic and rude people and congestion and parking lots being full and that kind of a thing. That is really frustrating. I think it wouldn't be so bad if other people weren't so rude and mean about everything, but people get very wrapped up in their own worlds and their own stress, and they take it out on everybody else around them, and it kind of just puts a damper on it for everybody else. So I definitely agree with that. It can just make the whole season not as much fun. All right guys, that is it for reacting to my Instagram followers holiday pet peeves. If you have any pet peeves that you experienced during the holidays that were not in this video, let me know down below and then we can chat about them there and vent, because you know what? Sometimes it feels good to vent. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, happy reading. Bye!